Kimura has been seeing Kingo Nomura's ghost. Matsuda is Nomura's colleague. And that snake drawn on the pedestal of the angel statue. We haven't seen anything related to the netherworld so far. I mean, the angel, like, harkens the... something. I don't know. Don't let your guard down. No idea what could be coming. Busy on the phone? I traded numbers with Kimura-san. We're friends now. I hope she's not the murderer. Jeez, we're on duty, you know. Anyway, let's check on occult spots in Ueno while we can. The request for this case was to find out who the organizer is and what their goal is. Might help us hone in on that if we pre-gather info on the next occult spot. Right on it! Right on it. Let's get started. I'll gather info on occult spots in Ueno. And grab any keywords related to the netherworld in Ueno. Since occult and dark are doing an Ueno tour, does that mean there are a lot of occult spots in Ueno? Is Ueno that kind of place? Haven't really heard anything, but maybe it just wasn't on my radar. We'll need to look up some place names to get more info. I want to know more occult fun facts. Tell me about a kappa that's been seen here or something. Looks like Ueno is one of the keywords. Yep, we will need that one. Again, I don't think you needed your special glasses for that. Spirit spot makes me think of some kind of cemetery or prison. Didn't think there are that many around here, though. Prison? I'm surprised that's actually what she... That was my surprise. Prison seems nuts. There's one in Ikebukuro... Oh my god, I can't talk right now. I'm losing my mind. Ikebukuro, didn't you know? I've heard that the dog at Seigo-san's statue and Hachiko from Shibuya are a pair of guardian dogs, and that they guard the portals to an alternate demon world. Hachiko's the one I know. Seigo-san's statue I'm not actually familiar with, but that was brought up before. The dog was a guardian? Quite the sus urban myth. So sus it didn't even give us a thing. Ueno's demon portal is in Edo Castle. I read in Tsutomu Kisaragi's book there is a gate inside the castle, but the high priest Tinkei set up a barrier that keeps it closed. Demon portal, a barrier? Jasmine, what's the high priest Tinkei? Like a high-ranking monk, I think. Also, Shinabazu Pond is a famous spirit spot, though I think Ueno has more places considered power spots, like Kanondo Temple inside the park. I'd rather look into power spots instead of spirit spots. Should we hit one up on the way home? Oh, Jasmine's having fun. Jasmine, I like that Jasmine's like, hey, we can hang out still. It's not just co-workers, we're kind of friends, maybe a little bit. Or she's just joking. I think she might just be joking. I hear this park is tied to the netherworld. I think it's Inari Shrine. Only those called upon can enter. Netherworld! I wonder what that is! We've heard that term before. Place that's hard to return from? Azami, what are you talking about right now? Netherworld! Seems like a keyword. Makes sense considering what we're looking for. Yeah, exactly. On your way to power spots, be wary of four-way junctions. I heard the old lady at the crossroads can show up there. Wait, four-way junctions? Crossroads? Aren't they, like, all over the place? And there are plenty of old ladies at them. Yay, journal update. This kind of makes me think of the left-right game story, which is pretty cool. Just a little bit. It's kind of a similar thing. Crossroads going to a different dimension. They say that if you ride a boat in Shinabazu Pond as a couple, they'll break up. But that is more likely because 99% of high school couples break up. Is that an accurate number? Is that really the statistic, Jasmine? Tell me more. I see. Makes sense. Some urban myths come from ideas like this. Ooh, look at that. What is that? Urban exploring? I heard they built an underground military... Oh, right. I forgot about that bit. Like a lab or something. I heard they built an underground military facility during the war that went unused, but is still around even today. What a dream! a World War II underground facility. A military facility? Think they're making tanks or something down there? I'd be curious as to how they get the tanks back above ground, if so. Yo, underground. I think it's just where, like, the cool bands play. The glasses reacted to underground as well. Looks like underground passages can be considered otherworldly. Look into that. I mean, yeah, that I think is the closest thing to, like, what I would consider a portal to the different dimension world would be something like an underground passage. Not to mention the subway thing was heavily implied. Oh, this is the end of that. Okay. Let's read about the old lady. Look at her! She's gonna get you! Old lady at the crossroads. There are a lot of little old ladies in urban myths. There's Turbo Granny and the leg-selling grandma. Wait a minute. Can we talk about the leg-selling grandma? I don't know that one. I can kind of guess what she might do, but I would like to know more. And many other haggard monstrosities. That's a bit rude, Moose. You're kind of a bit of a haggard monstrosity yourself. Today's entry into the Granny series is a particularly mysterious one. A particularly sinister one. The old lady at the crossroads appears as the sun begins to set. She calls out to the passing school children as they make their way home from school. What's your name, young man? Old lady voice. What's your name, young man? If they answer, they will be dragged into the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension? Even I haven't been to the fourth dimension. I've only been to the second dimension. Because I'm a 2D model. Can't imagine anything scarier than an old woman who drags you right into it. And guess what? She has an even more aggressive relative who shows up at 4 p.m. and immediately drags you into the fourth dimension with zero warning. At least the old lady has the decency to ask your name first. At least she bought you dinner first, am I right? When you say a relative, do you just mean a different urban myth? Just at the bad hour? I didn't want to do that. We already got that one. Underworld by itself. Underground, I mean. Damn. Netherworld, underground, I'm gonna go with... Results found. We need 4 clues. The underground often leads to the netherworld, especially in Japan. Is it really especially in Japan? I guess... I mean, I don't know. I guess I haven't really heard, like, urban legends in America that are related to, like, going to a different dimension. I'd say I guess underground specifically. I know, like, what was it based in France? The, As Above, So Below, where they went into the catacombs? I feel like any crypts would be close to that. Why especially Japan? I guess I should have let Azami ask that question. I wonder. Never mind. No one had an answer. Izanagi's visit to Yomi? I think Yomi is probably the first netherworld from Japanese myths. Visit to Yomi, what's that? Some Izanagi guy went to visit his deceased wife in Yomi. But he saw that she had no makeup on and he decided to turn around and go home or something. What a fun story. Even in death, you're supposed to keep up appearances. Well, I want to be free from makeup when I'm dead. I like how Azami was, like, kind of okay with that. Like, yeah, she really should have had her makeup on in the underworld. So, yeah, Yomi's just generally an underworld, it seems like. What a funny story. Went to the underworld to save his wife and was like, ooh, no makeup, no thanks. Amazubi Kororin is also about the netherworld. Those places are definitely underground. That's the story of a man whose rice balls fall into a hole and he follows them in, right? And then he finds the Mouse Kingdom? Wait. Is this like that theme park with something else underground? Can we get an urban myth about, Walt Disney's frozen heads? You're mixing things up. I don't know if that's what that's referencing. I feel like that is. The, like, tunnels and Walt Disney's frozen head is underground. It could be something else, but the fact that they brought up the, like, Rat Kingdom, Mouse Kingdom specifically. I would love, like, obviously bringing up the name is a bit much, but if you just say there's a famous theme park where someone's actually make a joke about it. Have the moose be like, I'm gonna give you a royalty-free description of this urban myth. Some dude that made a theme park died, and they chopped up his head and put it in a frozen container. Actually, it could just be his body too. It's kind of a bit of a mixture. Some people also think the skull in his spooky pirate ride attraction was made out of a real person. It might have been at some point, but now it's not, so shut up about it. Johnny Depp lives there now. And in Alice in Wonderland, she ends up in a different dimension after jumping down a rabbit hole. That's a storybook, though. That is a common theme of what? Alice in Wonderland? Other worlds in the underground? There may be some connection. I mean, like, hell is considered under, usually. It's like, you know, below you. Below is bad. I don't know. It's fine. Teacher, is Agartha in the Hollow Earth theory also considered another world? What's Agartha? I know Hollow Earth theory, I mean. Hollow Earth theory, Agartha, what do these even mean? No idea, these interdimensional terms can be way too complex. Is it complex? Also, if you don't know what it means, you're online right now, Google it. I would Google it, but I need to not waste time. Basically, the underground equals the netherworld. Be really careful when you go underground. Yeah, we got that. I guess we should watch out when underground. So people working on water pipes are all netherworld explorers? Yeah, that's cool. That's our clue? Okay. Fine, I'm gonna look up Agartha. I looked it up very quick. The first two Google results that weren't AI generated. Agartha is basically a kingdom that is in the Hollow Earth, like a El Dorado, I guess, Shangri-La kind of thing. It seems like that's the gist of what I got from that. Ueno, just normal search that. Underground. There's a secret WW2. I'm trying to read fast. World War II base under Ueno. A secret base? That means it's still in use now? That doesn't really mean that. I doubt it. Like, if there's a secret World War II base, it could just be abandoned. During the war, military facilities were moved underground to protect them from air raids. What, we gotta know in the other posts before about, like, a castle. It was, like, really early on. I don't think prison. Edo Castle. That might not be anything. Edo Castle might be something else. I was thinking of, like, parks that kind of have, like, a mini castle. I don't know. I think Central Park has one. I'm only basing that solely on my knowledge from playing the Spider-Man game. I haven't really been to Central Park, so I don't know. During the war, military facilities were moved underground. But I could see that if there is a castle in this park, I could see it being like it has a small, like, basement area. A dungeon, perchance. And I don't know. They could have repurposed it for military use, potentially. Is this not a lie or a rumor? To avoid air attacks, that does make sense if it's really a real thing. So, like, I mean, if there was, like, military operations happening there. And not just in Ueno, Tokyo has an underground passage called the Royal Underpass. It's used for a VIP evacuation routine and nuclear shelter. Route, not routine. Isn't this just common sense, idiots? The Royal Underpass somehow makes my mouth water. I'm assuming there's some kind of pun to that. There's no food court down there. Like, I'm assuming somehow that would have made sense. Or maybe I'm stupid, I don't know. If you walk in Ueno Park, the ground sometimes shakes even in the parts where there's no subway underneath. So if there is just a subway underneath straight up, we might just go there. The ground shakes? That would mean something's down there. Isn't it just their imagination? I mean, there could be. Could be water pipes that shake, I don't know. So that sound wasn't the subway. Is I mean, I know like Mount Fuji is in Japan, so I would assume there's fault lines, so it could just be earthquakes, right? So that sound wasn't the subway, but a motor sound from an underground military facility. Even though no one's down there, the machines are still running. A facility no one is using that still has motors running? Yeep! Is that really enough to yeep at? You get scared by the most random things. That's what I said, Jasmine. Speaking of underground Ueno, doesn't it remind you of the Iron Barrier? That's vague. Iron Barrier? I may or may not have heard of that. Yeah, some urban myths are like that. That doesn't help me, Jasmine. Iron Barrier, isn't that about the Yamanote line? How it's shaped like yin and yang to protect Tokyo? Train tracks forming yin and yang. Oops, I can't talk. Train tracks forming yin and yang. I still can't talk. That's so impressive. That's just a theory. A game. I also feel like you could probably get close enough to a pattern that's like that by happenstance. They can easily destroy the Yamanote line because it's above ground. That's why they moved it underground, right? So it was hidden underground. What an idea. What a concept, Mark. Just a theory. A game. The Ueno Underground is the vital point of the Iron Barrier because it is located in the northeast, the unlucky direction. At least that's what I read in Tsutomu Kisaragi's book. A vital point about the Iron Barrier? What does that mean? Like a weak point? Iron Barrier under Ueno. Very important, I guess. Vital point of the Iron Barrier because it's located in the northeast. So, I mean, at the very least, we know that there is... Supposedly, I guess no, because who knows if this person even knows what they're talking about. Northeast is where there would be a underground point. The vital point of that Iron Barrier, what happens if it's destroyed? Tokyo will be destroyed? LOL. They have a point. If the barrier breaks, is Tokyo doomed? Is Japan done for? I'm guessing demons would invade? Yamanote line reminds me, I guess if you want to go with this like theory and it being destroyed, if it's underground, like a big earthquake would be what would destroy it, and if it's big enough to do that, then like yeah, that would probably be like, you know, a prophesized kind of thing. Yamanote line reminds me, I heard a ghost appears at an exit of Ueno Station. Stations really have a lot of rumors. A ghost at an exit? Which one? Probably the one in the Ueno Station in the northeast. What happens if you use the exit when it's there? If it appears when you go through the gate into the station, maybe it'll never leave the station again. Also, might lead you to the netherworld. The glasses are reacting to stations. Lots of stories out there about lines connecting stations to the netherworld. Research time. Underground station. That would have been like way too much info. Netherworld station. Too much? Nope, results found. Ueno station's probably going to be the bigger one though. If we're talking about an otherworldly station, Kisaragi Station comes to mind. Tsutomu Kisaragi loved that station. Kisaragi Station, as in Tsutomu Kisaragi? It's just coincidence. I've seen a picture of that online. It was found to be fake. The station? Probably a ghost. So this dark station photo is a fake? We should probably assume that. These otherworldly stations are not somewhere you randomly decide to just vacation to. I mean, it just looks like a station at night. Is it really fake? I don't see a ghost or anything. Otherworldly stations like Tsukumoya, Yami, Tsutaka, Hitsuka, Amagataki. How many are there? Not over 100, right? Do you think there really are that many of them? Possibilities are endless. I mean, it would end at how many stations exist, right? There is a actual definitive end. Those are the stations found by people who went and managed to get back. If we include those who didn't come back, it's gotta be well over 100. Those who didn't come back? Seems like there are stations that people can't come back from. Wow, that's scary. How do you manage to go to one? Do you just ride the train? Are there people who want to go? Only those with overactive imaginations. Jasmine seems a bit peeved about this. There was one you could... This is not a 10-minute break, by the way. There was one you could get to by riding the train without stopping from Akihabara. I just can't say it. I've heard it before. I can't, like, read it and say it. Akihabara Station. But Satomu Kisaragi tried a bunch and said he never managed to get into it. Akihabara. I think that's correct. Dr. Kisaragi tried multiple times. Someone had a lot of free time, or I guess it was his job. Kisaragi Station is the worst of them though, right? If you accidentally get off the train, you'll never make it back. Never coming back? Scary. It's not a real place you can even get to. Otherworldly Station. Well, almost done with that. So you think, but if you make it there, they say there's this spatio-temporal dude who can help you get back. Is that spatio? A spatio-temporal dude. I don't know that, like, word. So this time it's not about how you get there, but how you to get back out. Tell me your secrets, Spacchio. Look at him! You go that way. Is that, like... It's like a worker, dude. Good news for people who have been dragged into the netherworld. If you're reading this, give me a shout. Great. If you've still got your head screwed on, start looking for the spatio-temporal dude. Apparently, he helps people who are lost in the netherworld get home. He just looks like a normal middle-aged man, so he won't be easy to find. I mean, if you're in the netherworld, I would assume there's not that many normal middle-aged men hanging out. So he won't be easy to find. There might even be several spatio-temporal dudes. But that's still unconfirmed. Oh, the first one's confirmed, but several. That's a little too far-fetched. Anyway, just make sure he knows that you're not supposed to be there. The spatio-temporal dude should be able to tell just by looking at you. So don't give up hope. Keep praying that you meet him. Just be warned, sometimes he can't help it at all. It's rare, but it's up to him. If he can't help at all, you're not gonna know if that's true because you're dead. So, like, to say it's rare, there's probably many incidences where he can't help. And it's just like, well, sucks for you, you're dead. What? I guess just Ueno Netherworld then? Who was it that said Ueno's connected to the Netherworld? Satomu Kisaragi? Dr. Kisaragi, popping up again. He's well known in his field. Apparently, places with a lot of people passing through, like Ueno, tend to connect more easily to other dimensions or netherworlds. What's the difference? Like, I would say netherworld is like hell specifically, but it seems like we're kind of using it interchangeably here. There are lots of old myths referring to roads, crossroads, intersections, and so on. Crossroads are also related to other dimensions? Yeah, we talked about the old lady. Turning at crossroads can get you all kinds of lost. It's easy to forget where you came from. That would probably be where the rumor came from, right? That's not an alternate dimension, just a bad sense of direction. But I feel like that kind of idea might be where it originated from, potentially. Just like, oh, lost at a crossroads. But it's a different world. Woo, spooky. Before Satomu Kisaragi died, he was supposedly planning to lead a project on Ueno and the Netherworld. A shame that incident happened during it. A project on Ueno. So this is where Dr. Kisaragi was researching the Netherworld. I would assume this is probably also what might have involved him in the case, besides apparently there was a disagreement, right? Guess he was collecting info, like what we're doing now. Maybe the dark netherworld energy in Ueno was the real reason behind his suicides. Netherworld energy was the reason? Is that possible? Like a special attack from a manga or something? I like that it's a special attack. The netherworld just started going Kamehameha and dark energied him into a suicide. There are a lot of netherworld-like places in Ueno, especially Shinabazu Pond. They say the pond itself is a portal. I don't think we're really doing much with the pond. I'm gonna put that out there. I think that's a red herring. We're gonna like have that as an option, but it's wrong. The pond is a portal to the netherworld, so if we go in the water, we come out somewhere else. I've played that game, have you? What are you talking about? Yeah, I would like to know more. Can you elaborate? I saw something online the other day about an elevator in the multi-tenant building in Ueno leading to the netherworld, but I've been searching forever since and can't seem to find that kind of website. Oh, that is totally a thing. You try to find a website you were browsing before, but it's totally gone. Yeah, totally. Great conversation, guys. I'm glad you just kind of... is that the journal update? Totally gone websites? Check your search history. Sorry, getting a little heated here. That's the interdimensional elevator. Press the right buttons and it'll take you to the netherworld. I think it was a random elevator in the random Ueno building. Maybe it was Japanese. I thought it was a Korean urban legend, but I guess I could be wrong. I don't know this stuff, like, fully. I just kind of like hearing about it a little bit and then don't care about, like, where it really originated from. Something that incredible, located in a place like that? If it was that easy, so many people would have gone into the netherworlds by now. But, like, that's the thing. Oh, good, I'm glad we got a... Oh, that's a real clue. Okay, never mind. I thought it was a, urban myth thing. That's the thing, though, is it's like a lot of tasks you have to do to get to the other world, like press the right buttons and you have to like knock it off and not have anyone show up, and you also have to like spin around, you have to be at the right time. So it's always kind of a thing where you could say like, oh, I did it and nothing happened, it must not be real, but it's like, oh, but also maybe you just didn't do it right. There are versions with 10 plus floors and 3 floors. If a woman suddenly gets in the elevator, that's it. I guess that woman wouldn't be human then. There are that many versions of it? Has anyone actually made it with that though? Yeah, I mean, it's like get the version wrong. I think it's similar to the left-right game. It has, I think the elevator story has something about like, if the woman gets in the elevator, don't make eye contact, don't like talk to them, don't acknowledge them, or else they'll like kill you or something. That completes our social media research for the day. Actually, I'm assuming for the night now. We've done like 3 of them. I don't think we're gonna do more. There really are a lot of stories about the netherworld. I'm starting to feel like there are portals everywhere. I would love it if we accidentally went into like a Greek rabbit hole or something. Like, oh, have you heard about Hades? Still not sure what exactly the netherworld is. All we're turning up are vague stories of the netherworld supposedly being there. There wasn't anything convincing about what happens if you do find yourself there. There was talk about a place out of this world from earlier, but not much for witnesses. If you do get to the netherworld, you'd just be stranded there, right? Hope that's not where we're heading now. Well, we know that we can just retrace our steps, or also that man can show us the way. He goes like, hey, go that way. I thought we'd go on another world safari. The organizer wouldn't want that liability. If we die, it's not... I guess it would be a liability, but I don't think it would be provable. But how about the rumors of people going missing from this tour? ... We're going into that building with the elevator. And this here is our next location. It's just a random building. This rundown old place is the next spot. Yes, I will check again. Please be aware that this is just the entrance. The key is this elevator's buttons. Beep, beep, bop. Aha, he said that. That's not like sound effects of the button. He said beep, beep, bop. I want you to know that. A secret combination of buttons takes us there. I love how we're all just in here. Could this be the famed dimensional elevator? Could it be? I love Azami's face right now. Also, I didn't realize how tall Jasmine is. I guess because she probably has that like laid back slouch going on. Similar to like Gas Mask, he's not slouching right now. What the hell? We seem to be headed down beyond the existing floors. B4? could this be? The Netherworld. Behold, our next mystery spot. An abandoned facility deep underneath Ueno. Wow! Where exactly are we? Is this from back during the war? Huh? Wait, oh no! The elevator, the button. It isn't responding! I feel like that's part of the tour, I think you know that. Arg. No signal on my phone either. We are B4, that's 4 levels down. No! Why is this happening? We may be trapped underground. If we're in a regular basement, there should be stairs leading up somewhere. Jasmine! It's supposed to be like a facade that we're stuck here. Dimensional elevators don't always take you to the netherworld. I mean, dimensional elevators I think usually do, but if it's a regular elevator, then I think we're probably fine. The netherworld? If this is the netherworld, we need to go back the way we came, but the elevator's not working. No, nonsense. This couldn't possibly be... Hey, you're the guide. Stop panicking and do something. Isn't there a manual or something? For emergencies during the tour, I mean? I've received nothing of the sort. Yikes! Huh? Hey, we're missing one. Oh, shit, are we? That Kimura chick is gone. Huh? Where could she have gone? Maybe she headed back up alone? How? I'm neither liable nor accountable, you hear? That's not the point. Ah, we have here a strange note of some kind. Is it a snake? Taking a look. Deep beneath Ueno, from the underworld, an ancient darkness looms, beyond the realms of the living. To cross the river of mourning, seek the serpent's gold. Another quiz? Is this part of the tour too? Let me read that again, real quick. Deep beneath Ueno, we check we're there, from the underworld. An ancient darkness looms, beyond the realm of the living. To cross the river of mourning, seek the serpent's gold. I don't know what that means. Me can't say for sure. I know absolutely nothing, like I said before. Jasmine, what should we do? Just keep calm. But Kimura-san is gone. We need to find her now. Was she in the elevator? I don't recall if I noticed her during the elevator ride. I basically noticed everyone else, but not her specifically. I think she was to the bottom left, but I could be wrong. We don't know if this is the netherworld or where she might have gone. That was Jasmine. The elevator isn't moving, which means we can't go back the way we came. So our options are limited. We can't go back, and if this is the netherworld, then... Hey, there's a puzzle here too. Could just be part of the tour. If we solve it, maybe we'll get out. Zami, we need to talk. Yes. We're gonna, like, go to the side to talk. Probably shouldn't split up. I doubt we, there's a guy again. I doubt we have a picture of the image again to, like, look at it. Gosh, all these things. Boober eats. I forgot. I like that picture for the elevator. Very spooky. It's got that, like, gas energy coming off of it. And then someone's bag apparently is going to go missing. A little bit of a spoiler there. Yeah, we have no pictures that we can cross-reference. This one's not going to have anything. Oh, well. I mean, I could look back at the recording if I really wanted to.